My name is Nils Böckheim, I'm a filmmaker, I'm living in Berlin, I'm 40 years old and I fucked it up. We are living in the era of climate change. What have I done? Nothing. I grew up as a kid, 80s, 90s, consumerism was everything. It was our mantra, we loved it. Größer, weiter, mehr. And now we face the consequences of all that luxury that we lived. We feel better and we feel we have been part of a solution rather than being part of a problem if we tried to buy organic, if we think more sustainable, if we consume less. Yes, it's a start, but it's nothing in the end. We have to rethink our whole system. Ich sehe viele Menschen, die anders denken wollen, die andere Ideale in den Mittelpunkt stellen wollen und die Natur wieder schätzen wollen und die Natur wieder wichtig finden. Ich habe das Gefühl, dass ich mich auf die Reise machen muss, um Antworten zu finden und dass in dem Antworten finden ein Weg liegt und auch ein Glück liegt. Konsum und Wirtschaftswachstum kann nicht die einzige Antwort sein auf Glück.
A lot of us think that our happiness is kind of something that happens in our own personal bubble. Happiness is about a relationship to others. It's also in our relationship to nature. So if nature is suffering, if climate change is happening, if we're using up our resources, we can't be happy in the long run. So I think our own ability to be content and to be still also allows us to not need to draw so much out of nature, not to consume so much.
What I love about surfing is that moment when time doesn't exist anymore. Those seconds are just gonna make it a memory that's timeless. It's important for me to be in contact with the natural process of things because I think it's so easy to lose that relationship with something wild. I think the ocean and nature teach me to be humble, but also to realize that I'm part of something a lot bigger.
Do people have to be protected for their own good? And does religion have to take this role of guiding people in a certain kind of ethical way?
I would argue that there is a longing for connection to spirit and to having an inner life. I think especially among young people, there's a sense of wanting to know who I am and what is my purpose in life.
L'océan, c'est la vie sur Terre, quoi. L'océan, c'est le poumon de la planète encore plus. L'océan, c'est nous, quoi. Donc ça veut dire tout. Sans océan et sans la vie dans les océans, il n'y aura plus de vie tout court ailleurs, quoi.
In der Zwischenzeit hat sich die Weltbevölkerung verdreifacht. Von 2,5 auf 7,5 Milliarden. Wahnsinn! Und der Konsum hat sich verzehnfacht. Das heißt also, die Ressourcenausbeutung ist gigantisch in die Höhe gegangen und trotzdem ist der Kollaps nicht eingetreten, bisher.
Every kid wants to become a Jedi or someone special. I really wanted to become an astronaut. It is by living intense magical moments in the wilderness that we realize how beautiful our planet is. Living in the outdoors and connecting with the natural elements has taught me the importance of resource conservation.
I come from really the lucky generation where we have experienced so much growth and had a very good life, but I'm not sure that that is going to last into the future unless we do something and act.
Wir brauchen eine vernünftige Balance zwischen Kurzfrist und Langfrist. Und die Politik ist nicht darauf eingerichtet. In der Politik wird immer heftig, ganz schnell, was können wir heute machen? Ja? Damit kann man angeben. Aber dass man etwas tut, was in 30 Jahren wirkt, das ist eher unpopulär.
Today is also the day that we choose to assert ourselves as a global leader in transitioning to 100% renewable energy and charting that path.
think at the UN we often talk about developing countries and underdevelopment. I think it's time we start talking about overdevelopment. Often we assume that developing countries need to be like developed countries, that a country like Bhutan needs to grow up and become like America. That's the wrong model because it's not sustainable. And I think there's no system in nature that grows ad infinitum.
To be realistic, it's impossible to live without any of those goods, whether it's clothes, backpacks, or we won't go back to a civilization when we all are naked in the forest. It's just not happening. But we can consume better. Just try to keep it as simple as possible and put a meaning into every one of my actions. And I believe it makes a difference.
L'être humain a une énergie extraordinaire, c'est l'amour. Voilà. Mais si on parle l'amour global, c'est-à-dire l'amour de la vie, des étoiles, des arbres, des oiseaux, l'amour, c'est tout.
When did humanity become so separated from our natural surroundings? What if we have to redefine our relationship to nature to have a future?